Guys, Psycho here again. Now, I wanted to do a review on the RetroLink USB N64 controller. Now, I've been using it for, well, I'll say a couple weeks anyways, and it works. I won't say it doesn't work, but on certain games like Banjo-Kazooie or GoldenEye is really bad. The flaws really start to show. Now, a normal N64 controller like this one, now you can see this is really, like, you know, it's spot on and it works and responds perfect. The problem with these USB controllers is that's really, like, it's stiff, and I find, like, if you're trying to go forward, it'll dart off to the left or it'll dart off to the right, and it just doesn't respond all that great. As it was breaking in, like I noticed last night when I was playing, it got a little bit better, but it still did it. And I got the idea from Late Night Retro to change the joystick from an actual official controller to the retro one. However, as you can see, this is what's left of it. So basically, it didn't go back together. This is so cheaply put together that it's just mesmerizing. Like, you got cable, like cheap cable cord for this. The joystick part is very cheap. It's not designed to be held in place at all. And the reason why I couldn't get it back together is you have a spring that fits into this, and there's a little plate that goes over it, like so, which is all fine and dandy, but that plate holds these connectors in, like the things that swivel for your movements. So you got to get that really, like, in there really specifically, and this, your actual controller, has to fit in the slot. Then you have to lift up and then turn it so you can get the other one in, and then you can use it. The problem is when you lift up and that plate slips off, then you're fucked. Then you gotta take it all apart and do it over again. I tried for about 10 minutes probably, and I got fed up with it, and that's why she's in parts. Again, looking like the boards are cheap garbage boards. There's nothing on that. Like the rubbers are not too bad. I'll probably keep those for spares, but like, I don't know. To me, it's just a waste of time. They're junk. I wouldn't recommend them to anybody. I wouldn't even recommend them to my worst enemy. And they're definitely not any good for if you're doing speed running or something. So, I mean, yeah. The only other thing you can do is get the adapters, which I just ordered one, and I'm going to get a N64 and a GameCube adapter to USB, and we're going to try that and see how that works. But anyways, let's take this fucking piece of junk out and let's see if we can torture it a little bit more. So, any idea what we should do to this? Well, I got the keys to a half-ton Chevy, and I think we can figure something out. Let's see how well this thing crushes. This ought to be good. I think that worked pretty well. Well, it's definitely not the AK of the controller world. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I believe running this over is probably the most enjoyment I had out of this controller. So, oh well. The only thing I'm going to keep out of it is probably the rubbers, because they look pretty decent. I mean, they probably will fail after so much use, but it's a good replacement set. And as for the cord itself, some scrap copper wire, and maybe even a little bit of no, that's they didn't even have gold, a little bit of gold plating on that. That's how shitty and cheap these are. So yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Comment, like, and subscribe, and as always, thank you for viewing.